May 30th, 2013, Moscow Pool. Yesterday, I was so slow that I couldn't tell if my bike needed maintenance or if I was simply tired. I got everything lubricated before getting started this morning, but I wasn't any faster. The problem was definitely me. At a gas station, I told the attendant that I sleep in the forest and fields. In a caring way, he mined a gun with his fingers to ask if I'm worried about being found. A lot of people ask about this, and I share their concern. At night is when I'm most vulnerable. My gear is unpacked, no one else is around, I have no means to get away quickly. Only by luck am I avoiding dangerous chance encounters. To answer the man, I put my hand over my heart and said, "I'm learning to trust." But he didn't understand. In the late afternoon, I sat in a shaded spot by the side of the road. I'd gone 40 miles across bland farm fields and wasn't motivated to go any farther. I was actually feeling rather dispirited. My legs were tired, I was frustrated by my dragging pace, and the tedious farm fields were wearing me down mentally. That's when a group of 5 cyclists about my age stopped to say hello. I was offered a drink from a bottle labeled Kvass, but they called it Russian Coca-Cola. They said the nickname comes from the dark brown color and the fizz. The taste was slightly sweet, lightly carbonated, with more than a hint of fermentation. I asked about the ingredients, and surprisingly, they said the drink is made from bread. The group was lighthearted and friendly, and I was cheered up to be around them. By myself, I was too tired to continue, but with them, I was motivated to ride another 20 miles to the city of Krasnodar. Along the way, we stopped at a small convenience store and bonded over ice cream bars. The sun had nearly set when we arrived in town. Everyone split to get home before dark, and the woman in the group, Marina, invited me to camp in her yard. She led me down a dirt path, across the farm field, and through a graveyard before arriving at her home where she lived with her parents, sister, and 2 young nieces. She went inside while I hung my hammock in the backyard between trees full of sweet ripe cherries. I was eating them when Marina came back outside to invite me in for dinner. We had potatoes and pork, strawberries, 2 types of pastries, cucumbers, bread, and cherry juice. I was served a drink that they made by smashing strawberries into the base of a wide mug, adding an extra strong shot of cold black tea, a spoonful of sugar, and topping the cup off with hot water. We also had a glass of homemade wine, and when I told the father I was impressed with the flavor, he proudly presented me with a plastic 1.5-liter bottle of wine to take along with me. Collectively, the family spoke just enough English for us to have a conversation. The father worked as an engineer and built the house we were sitting in. He smiled easily and had gleaming gold teeth. Marina was a committed cyclist and rides in events that go for hundreds of miles. She and her mother both exuded a quiet kindness. As the evening was winding down, the father invited me into the basement for a game of pool on a table he built himself. The pool table was the largest I had ever seen. The pool balls were also bigger, but the pockets were narrower. He called the game Russian Pool and taught me the rules. There were 15 white balls and 1 red cue ball. The first one to use the cue ball to pocket 8 of the others wins. The game was fun, but short. He beat me 8-1.